Greetings in the name of our blessed Messiah, to all the saints of the Most High Yah that are in the world that the Father is raising in this end time to understand the mysteries of the kingdom. And I believe you are getting blessed and you are getting really awakened from the sleep to see what the Master has been speaking right from the beginning, the work of creation, and he was conveying ideas concerning his kingdom, concerning the establishment of his kingdom on earth through his chosen people. And this is what we are trying to just bring into understanding, picking up some prophetic pictures in explaining the kingdom itself. I believe this is helping you to understand what the Father has been really communicating through the work of creation right from the beginning, that all the secrets and all the issues concerning his kingdom were rightly embedded from in the beginning in the work of creation. And that's what we are trying to explain to help you understand. Now, I was just talking about yesterday I talked about the principle of the leap. I believe is helping you to really understand a lot of things connected to the kingdom of Yah himself. So a woman came from the leap. So meaning the kingdom is made up of male and female. We understand that from what we've been discussing. Now the female is coming from the weaker part and she's a leap. So we were saying yesterday that the leap is close to the heart, meaning a man is supposed to love the woman. And also the leap is coming from the side of a man, meaning they are equal in terms of value before the Most High Yah. I believe they are not equal in terms of function. Man and woman are designed to function differently. We'll never be equal in terms of function. We are equal in terms of value. That's what it means. So the value that a man has before the Most High is the same value that a woman is valued before the Most High. But these two are literally designed to function differently, but to cooperate in achieving results. So a woman comes in to function as a receiver and a man functions as a giver. So you see the two now coming together, completing the picture of the restoration of the kingdom of our Father himself. So this is very exciting. Now the other part is that whenever we want to sleep, if you want to sleep, you'd want not to sleep on the hard ground, you'd want to buy something that is comfortable. Maybe you buy a mattress that you sleep on it. If you don't sleep on the mattress, you discover that you have problems with your leaves. There will be a lot of pain there. Why? Because the leaves requires a comfortable place. In other way, a woman looks for a gentle man, meaning one that is going to treat the woman gently. So the Messiah is a gentle Savior. He comes to show us mercy. He brings us compassion. He's there calling us in our sin. Just like a woman that was caught in adultery, even as that woman was a prostitute who came to anoint his feet, you could see that there was a gentle touch, a gentle spirit that the Messiah was revealing to that woman. Through the gentle of the spirit, that woman was healed from the sin of adultery. You will see that healing comes when these characteristics are revealed. That's so important that we understand what the Master is conveying. So the principle of the leap literally means that number one, a woman is to be loved. Number two, a woman should be protected by a man, meaning she's under the covering of a man, but she's an equal partner with the man. She's not supposed to be a follower of a man, but they're supposed to rule together as king and queen, not as master and slave, which came as a case. Now remember in the book, in the second chapter, third chapter, there is a case that a man shall rule over you when he was putting a case on a woman. Why? Because now it's going to be different. She's not going to be a queen, but she'll be more of a servant to a man. And this is what we are seeing mostly even in the our today's marriages, that a man is more or less like a master and the woman is more or less like a servant. Even in how things are designed, even if you watch even worldly music, you discover that A man will be dancing dressed up well. It's a woman that is undressing herself because she's portraying herself as a servant, not as a queen. So queens dress themselves up well. They cover their bodies because they are queens, they are loyalty. So I believe that is making a lot of sense to women also who are following this teaching. You are a queen, then there's a way queens dress themselves. There's a way servants dress themselves. There are some servants who are dressed to entertain the kings. I'll give an example of the worldly musicians that are entertaining the kings. They will dress seductively so they entertain the kings. So when you are undressing yourself, you are literally pointing to an issue to say you are more of a servant than a queen. Because a queen will be dressed up and seated and will be entertained by the same people. So I believe this is making a lot of sense. So a man was supposed to rule together with a woman as king and queen. This is very important. Why? Because she's an equal partner in the kingdom, in the rulership of the kingdom of Yah. So we believe, according to 1 Peter chapter also 3 verse 7, we are taught to say, for your wife is a joint heir to the grace of life, and do it so that your prayers may not be hindered. We see that we are equal heirs. We inherit the promises of Yahweh together, no longer master-slave kind of thinking, but king and queen kind of thinking should be embraced into this principle of marriage. Right from the beginning, that's what we are seeing, and it's teaching us really to understand what marriage is and was right from the beginning. This is what Yahweh was conveying through the principle of creation. And I believe this is helping you to really get into understanding of also what marriage is. And all this was done to convey the idea of how these small pictures, marriage points to the kingdom. If you look at marriage also, it's a picture of the kingdom, because in the marriage of the father, you have the mother, and you have the children. So meaning you have the king, the queen, and the citizens who are the children. So these also are pictures of the kingdom. When you look at your family, you are a picture of the kingdom. So all these things were put in the natural sense for us to understand spiritual things. So that when we see how we are functioning as a family, this will help us understand the kingdom of the Most High, how it is going to function to the fullest, and how this kingdom is going to be all about through your own marriages. This is what the Father has really done through giving us these physical marriages. I believe this is blessing you so much as we continue to explain. Now, you see, when the woman was taken from that lead, then Adam had to give a word of prophecy. Remember, he was fast asleep. Then when he rose, then he saw the woman was brought to Adam. The woman was brought to Adam, and now Adam began to prophesy and say, now this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. And literally giving us a complete prophecy about Ezekiel chapter 37, was also Ezekiel chapter 7 saying the son of Adam, who is also a picture of Adam, also is prophesying to the bones and is praying that the bones should receive the flesh and they become a living being, which is the woman for the son of man. And this is exactly what we are seeing being portrayed through the prophecy that Adam is giving to the woman. It's the same prophecy the son of man in Ezekiel is prophesying to the bones. That's what he's was taught, and also to prophesy and speak that there will be flesh on the bones, that this woman now can be raised from the dead. And this is what we are seeing exactly. It's very true, and the Father has been so much bringing this thought so clearly that we may begin to see it in all the prophetic books, in how these ideas are also encoded and how they also help us understand the principles and the power that is in the word of prophecy. So I believe that this is helping you to really to get to understand what the Father has been doing. So Adam began to prophesy, now this bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, and she shall be called woman. Shall be called woman. He is the one that gives the name. You see, the first thing that Adam was given the responsibility was to give names, because a king is the one that gives names to the rest of the citizens. That's why in the book of Revelation chapter 3 verse 12, it says we shall be given new names by Adam, and with the son of Adam who is the Messiah. And also it is Messiah who gave name to Peter or Petros or Kepha. He said you are no longer Shimon, meaning the unstable, but Kepha, meaning the rock on which you can build something. So you see, the one that is giving the names. So a king was the one to give the names to the citizens, just like what has happened to us, because we are under the rulership of the Western world. It is the Western world that is giving us names. That's why we have English names, because they are the kings. They are rulers now, and we are subject to them, and we have their names. That's what happens. So when the Messiah's kingdom is restored, the Messiah will begin to give names all over, to give name to everything. So that now you have the names based on the Messiah, the one that is ruling. So that's how things are done right from the beginning. And you can see this is important of giving names. So we are understanding how the kingdom is going to be through these small pieces of information. May literally Yah bless you mightily as you continue to listen to these words from His Torah, from His word. May Yah literally bless you. Shalom, shalom. Yah Kai.